Hey, what's up guys? So in this video we're going to be reviewing this. This is the PlayStation Platinum wireless headset. It's PlayStation's newest version of this headset, released in January of 2017. I've had it for a couple days and here are my thoughts. So first I'll talk about the comfort, then the design, and then sound quality, mic quality, and then just overall. So starting off with the comfort, I found them to be pretty comfortable. The padding on the ear cuffs were plenty soft for my ears, but the rubber strip on the top, although it looks really cool and really nice with that like the rubber black and then the silver metal, it looks cool, but I found that after about an hour and a half, it did get a little uncomfortable on the top of my head, and then I did end up having to move it just a little bit on my head to make it comfortable again. Just doing that every couple hours, it was fine, but definitely something to be concerned about. I would rather have had kind of like the older, just traditional padding with leather on the top, but you know, it looks nice, and just every once in a while, just shift it around and it'll be fine. Speaking a little more about the design, I do really like the design overall. It's definitely a big headset. The design just makes it feel and look big. It's definitely not the most high quality build, but with that metal on the top, it definitely makes it feel a lot more premium than maybe it really is. But overall, I really like the design. It doesn't creak or anything. It feels solid. It feels like a good product. This headset does fold up if you need to take it on the go. I haven't done that, but if you do, it's a nice feature to have. I don't think the other headsets did. At least my first generation headset didn't fold up or do anything special like that. But if you're a gamer that's on the go a lot, it's a good thing to have. One thing that took a little bit of getting used to for me is just the button positions. On the back of the left ear cup, there's a bunch of different buttons that are there, and one little switch as well. It took a little bit of getting used to, but after a day, it's perfectly fine. I know where each button is and what it feels like and everything. So it's going to take just a little bit of getting used to. If you just keep pressing the wrong button, you might get a little frustrated at first, but it's not too bad once you get used to it. Before we talk about sound quality and like the 3D audio and everything, here's a quick test of the microphone. This is a microphone test using the PlayStation Platinum headset, so it doesn't sound the greatest using this method of recording, but during gameplay it actually does sound pretty good. Now, the way I recorded that test, I don't think it used the rear microphones to cut out some of the background noise, so it's not as clear as it should be. Definitely on my PS4, it sounds a lot better. My friend has the same headset, and we can both agree that it does sound really good on both ends. So for the audio quality, it sounds great. Basically, just any of the older versions of the headset, that's what most games will sound like. If you get a game like Uncharted 4 or the other Uncharted game, or like MLB 17 or something, there's only like 3 or 4 games that support 3D audio, but if you do have a game that supports 3D audio, it definitely sounds better. I wouldn't say that it's like a revolutionary new way of gaming, but it does make you more immersed in the game. It feels like you're really there. Even though 7.1 surround sound was already super good and it already made you feel like you were in the game, the 3D audio is definitely like a step above it, but it's not something that everyone really needs in order to be good at gaming. And it's definitely not a feature that every game needs to go ahead and upgrade to, and have the developers take all that time to modify just to get 3D audio. Basically, the only way that I can describe 3D audio is it's basically like surround sound everywhere, every dimension, above you, below you, and around the sides of you. So traditional 5.1 and 7.1 surround sound, basically it would, well, for these headsets, it would be like a virtualization of 7 speakers and a subwoofer placed around you. But with 3D audio, it is basically like that, except think of it as like another couple speakers above you and a couple below you. So you feel, or I guess you hear what's around you and also above and below you, which some games it doesn't really make sense to like worry about that. If you're in like a first person shooter and it's just like a flat ground or something, all you need to know is just the sounds around you. You don't really need to know above you or below you. But let's say if you're in a building or something like in Uncharted, you're in a building, you can definitely hear footsteps below you, and you can definitely tell that they're below you, as well as above you. If there's someone like a floor above you, you can definitely hear them walking around, and it definitely sounds like they're coming from like above you, like I said. As far as the other sound quality, I was kind of disappointed. I thought that these would be like the Pulse Elites, I think that's what the name was, where it would have a lot more bass and everything, but it sounded fine. There definitely was a little bit of bass with the 50mm drivers. Pretty powerful sound, but it wasn't like the Pulse Elites, as I said. It does sound really good though, and it does sound accurate for low, mids, and highs. Everything sounds really good. It's not going to be overpowering bass though. Keep that in mind. Now, there are some other things about this headset that I do really like. The ability to plug it in using a 3.5mm headphone jack instead of using just wireless to the dongle. It makes it nice for if you're far away from the dongle, if you don't have a good signal or something like that. The battery life I found is actually pretty good. I was able to get around 8 hours for the first charge. That's probably 2 or 3 hours of gaming per night for the past couple nights. But anyway, the battery life, I think, for what I need is perfectly fine. If you're like an all-day gamer or an all-night gamer, you might find yourself plugging it in once every other day maybe. But overall, compared to at least my old headset, it's definitely pretty good. Alright, so overall, what do I think of this headset? I really like the design. I think it looks really good. It might not feel as high quality as it looks. It's definitely very comfortable. It does get a little uncomfortable though after maybe an hour and a half of use, but if you just adjust it just a little bit on the top of your head, it'll feel perfectly fine. And sound quality is really good. 3D audio I think, sounds great. It's not a revolutionary new thing that everyone needs to have, but if you're in the market for a new headset, 3D audio is definitely a cool thing to have built into the headset. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. If you have any questions about this headset or want to see any other content, go and leave them in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.